Thanks for joining us on this holiday Monday. I'm Mitchell Ringos. Well, Thanksgiving is a time to relax and spend time with family. But for volunteers that do drop in, it's also a time to give back to the community. The nonprofit hosted its annual turkey dinner earlier today to ensure no one goes hungry over the holiday. Jessica Clement has the story.
The community's generosity was on full display Monday afternoon at the Do Drop In, as volunteers and workers were busy providing patrons with a free Thanksgiving dinner. The meal featured turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, veggies, and pumpkin pie, and visitors had the option of taking meals to go or sitting down in the dining room. Last year, over 680 dinners were handed out, and Assistant Kitchen Manager Jamie McDonald says they're expecting around the same number this year.
Today they're expecting about 700, but it just started to hail outside, so it might be a little lower, but I don't think so because they all know how great this dinner is.
This year, the Regional Food Distribution Association assisted in cooking turkeys and pies, and McDonald says it's heartwarming to see all the support. He adds that the Do Drop In wouldn't be able to run without the help of the community.
The RFDA, all the people in the city, this great city, we have so many people that came and donated to make this event such a success. The volunteers are awesome. They're like no other. Without the volunteers, we have nothing here. We wouldn't be able to be where we are today without the volunteers.
Nicholas Knott has been a volunteer at the Do Drop In for over 20 years and says it can be a humbling experience.
Everyone does what they can. And when you're here, it's like a family. No one judges. Everyone gets along, and it's really a pleasant experience. And it adds a little bit of humility in your life. We all need a little bit. Sometimes we think we're greater than what we are. And we don't judge. There's no judging going on here at all. I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving, and remember, volunteer if you got the time, please.
Jessica Clement, TVT News.
Bayview Towers at the site of Thunder Bay's first Oasis program for seniors. 12 years ago in Kingston, the Oasis program started offering a supportive living option directed by the participants. Officials say the programming doesn't come from the top down, but from the ground up, with input from the residents' steering committee. Carl Langdon reports.
We're celebrating the start of our program here, and it's an opportunity for folks who live in a naturally occurring retirement community, such as Bayview Towers here. So what that means is that there are many older adults here, and we're bringing them wellness programming to help them to age well right in their own homes.
As coordinator, Murray organizes the social, nutritional, and physical activity programming on-site at Bayview Towers on Academy Drive and connects program participants with community partners. But what's really special about the Oasis program is that Murray doesn't decide what content is delivered. That's born through input from the Resident Steering Committee, which itself offers an opportunity to connect with peers.
We sit in on planning meetings for all of the activities that we undertake, and we also come down and we chop when we're making appies or soup or salads or whatever. So, and that's a wonderful time to chat and to get to know each other.
Poulin, a long-term resident of Bayview Towers, is exactly the type of person that this program is intended for.
And when did you move in here, Liz?
24 years ago.
Ah, so this is really, truly home.
Yeah, this is very much my home. I have this magnificent view of the lake, which I wouldn't give up for anything.
Oasis provides Poulin and her neighbors with an opportunity to access services, wellness programming, and community without a need to move from their apartments into a seniors facility. Vincent DePaul and Catherine Donnelly are both researchers from Queen's University who are investigating the benefits of the program.
We found that their use of the healthcare system was lower in terms of they used less home care, they had fewer unplanned hospitalizations, had fewer visits to the emergency department.
We heard of someone else who's having an upcoming surgery, who's going to be having trouble cooking for herself, and thinking about how with the Oasis program, she'll now be connected with neighbors and also to our community partner Roots to Harvest.
As Oasis works from a ground-up, grassroots approach, it feels only appropriate to end with Poulin's perspective.
This is a program that is very cost-effective, and if you want to help seniors stay in their homes and be healthy socially, physically, nutritionally, these are the kinds of programs we need. And the benefit of and the low cost of them, fabulous.
Carl Langdon, TBT News.
A local professor has won a prestigious award for his work in Indigenous-led mental health and substance use research. Dr. Christopher Mushquash is the recipient of the 2023 Canada Gairdner Monument Award. He was recognized by Lakehead University at the Gairdner Foundation at an event on Friday. The award is presented to mid-career researchers who've produced important scientific contributions that could make a difference in improving human health. Along with being a professor, Mushquash has a lot of other titles, including clinical psychologist at Delico and chief scientist at the Regional Health Research Institute. Mushquash was given the award for the work his team has been undertaking in Indigenous mental health and addiction, which has led to creating services for Indigenous youth and adults and has shown the best ways for Indigenous people to be involved in research.
Yeah, it's a tremendous honor. It's actually really quite overwhelming to even be considered among those who were nominated for the award, let alone win, is an honor that I never expected, and certainly quite a nice surprise. Thank you to the Gairdner Foundation and Lakehead University, and Awesome U, Thunder Bay Regional Health Sciences Center, Thunder Bay Regional Health Research Institute, all my friends and family, and importantly our community partners and our trainees.
Mushquash will be accepting his award during the 2023 Gairdner Awards Gala taking place in Toronto on October 26th. Local prospective college students recently received a unique opportunity thanks to the College Information Program Tour. Officials from 18 Ontario colleges gathered in Thunder Bay to offer valuable information on their schools, programs, and the application process. Jonathan Wilson has the story.
Confederation College's Shunia building was packed for this event, which brought together colleges from all over the province, along with local prospective students.
It's such an incredible opportunity for students in Thunder Bay and in the region to have schools come to them.
Confederation College spokesperson Alexandra Jones says the Ontario Information Program Tour happens each year and aims to make it easier for students to meet with officials from 18 different colleges and gain insight into each of their educational opportunities.
Schools in Southern Ontario they may not otherwise have access to are here in their backyard. They can ask the questions and find out about different programs and what would be the right fit for them.
The colleges represented at the Thunder Bay event all had representatives eager to answer questions regarding programs, admission requirements, and career opportunities. Cambrian College Liaison Officer Samuel Paquette has been traveling with the tour and says it's important for students in the Northwest to see what their options are.
Being in Northwestern Ontario, you're kind of far from a lot of the other schools here, so it's good for students in this region to get to see all the schools that are offered. I always recommend students that come to check out everything that the colleges of Ontario have to offer. The college system is wonderful and leads to amazing career opportunities coming out of school.
Local 12th graders Alethea Hill and Carmen Olson say events like the CIP Tour have been incredibly beneficial for them.
It's super helpful, honestly. Just being able to get all the information and talk to actual representatives from the colleges is really, really helpful.
It's awesome that they're all coming here and we get to see the whole plan and can really get a good look into what we want to do for our education path, later on in life.
Jonathan Wilson, TBT News.
As progress continues on the development of a new port in Red Rock, local officials are looking to secure funding for a much-needed replacement of a bridge along Highway 628. The road into Red Rock has crossed over the same wooden bridge since it was built during the First World War, but the old bridge won't be up to the task of supporting the industrial loads that will be regularly transported to and from the new port of Red Rock once it's operational.
So a lot of aggregates, we're trying to for salts, bring in salt, haul in aggregates, and haul aggregates out to the south. Very heavy loads, so eventually we'll have to look into fixing the bridge up in town.
It's an old wood bridge. To have consistent weight loads over it is going to be an issue. We know that. We're in planning stages. Over the last few years, it's been assessed many times. Some repairs will be happening this year. But long-term plan, if there's industry in the area, we're definitely going to need some assistance getting that thing up to par.
Muir says the replacement cost is estimated at between $5 and $10 million. Although the township still has time before they will need to cross that bridge, the dollar figure is prohibitive for the small municipality, and they're already speaking with upper levels of government about financial assistance. Ticket sales for the popular Thunder Bay 50-50 draw have been spreading across the province, but officials with the Regional Hospital Foundation say the vast majority of ticket buyers are still from this part of Ontario. September's jackpot reached over $1.1 million, and the winning ticket holder was Norman Barrett from Ignace. The early ticket sales for the October draw have been higher than any month other than the Christmas season, and some people have speculated it's because more people in southern Ontario are buying tickets. So far, there have been 32 monthly winners. 22 of them have been from the Thunder Bay area, 7 were from other parts of the Northwest, and just 3 winners were from southern Ontario. Hospital Foundation's CEO Glenn Craig says they do track ticket purchases, and most of them are from here in the north.
Our top 20 locations are still within Northern Ontario, and I'll say Northern, not just Northwest, because we do also have some from Timmins and Sudbury and Sault Ste. Marie. But Kenora and Dryden, all the communities east Sioux Lookout are all very supportive. So Northern Ontario is still our major our market. But the word's gotten out. I think last year with our Christmas, our holiday 50-50, giving away $2.5 million. I think some people that grabbed their attention and they're kind of been watching us, and lots of expats out there, people with connections to Thunder Bay. One of our earlier winners, she said she had a friend in Thunder Bay who told us about the draw, so the word's getting out.
Wouldn't that be nice to win? But we're now joined by sports anchor Mike Lang, and when you're at home on Thanksgiving, you want to have a nice dinner, but also a good way to accompany that is some local hockey.
Unfortunately, being at home did not work for the North Stars this weekend as they lost their 2 games to the Dryden Ice Dogs. We'll have that story and more coming right up.